In this demonstration, I'll show you how to use ChatGPT to create high quality real estate content from agent bios to marketing material and neighborhood listings, as well as how to streamline your content creation while keeping it personalized and engaging. First, we'll start with the agent bio. Specializing in luxury properties. Areas, expertise. As you can see here, if you want to pull up the prompting framework that I was very specific and I provided context, and that should be enough to get the ball rolling with ChatGPT. The lesson here is you want to just take the information that you're giving ChatGPT, you want to make it more specific, you want to make it more aligned to your agent and to your brokerage firm here. It doesn't know what it doesn't know, so you have to feed it the correct information. Okay. Just gonna read through, see what we got. I don't like unparalleled service. Let's talk about personalized service. We're getting a little more specific here. I'm curious about how you would adjust this bio based on the current agents that you have. You'd want to think about their specialties and their areas of expertise. You can also experiment with this on your own. I've provided some of the prompts. So don't be afraid to experiment, get familiar with ChatGPT and try different angles and approaches. The more you practice now, the faster you'll learn and harness this tool, which only gets better with every iteration. Let's read through this real quick. I want to include something else in here. Personalized concierge services, high net worth clients, discretion and precision. Or fine tuning waterfront properties with private docks. I like that. Perfect. That's good. You can experiment with it yourself, change it, tweak it as needed. Let's move on to the next one. This one, we're going to create some marketing content for an open house. Luxury apartment, downtown Miami. Rooftop pool. I don't like emojis. Maybe that fits your brand, maybe it doesn't. I think it's less professional to use emojis when you're talking to high end clientele. Totally up to you. I do like the mention of the ocean views and the rooftop pool, but I want to add some emotional appeal. So let's see how we can make it more accurate. It's a good feel just from the start here. Imagine waking up to a sound of the ocean every morning, greeted by breathtaking views to daily experience of tranquility and sophistication. See, I like that. I think that sounds nice. It's more than just a place to live. It's a lifestyle. Best of the best Miami has to offer. So as you can see, it's work. You got to pay attention. But again, we're refining the listing, the brochure. We're refining our content to reflect exactly the way we want it, to reflect our brand, the voice of our brand, to make sure it's congruent with all aspects of marketing. So this just takes a little time, review it, refine it, get it to say how you want to say. That's the lesson here with how to communicate with ChatGPT. And once you get into a process, a groove, it goes rather smoothly. I think that's good, but there's one more thing I want to do. Wake up to the sound of the ocean and breathtaking views from your luxury two-bedroom. This is where style, sophistication, and city life come together to create the perfect blend of work and play. It's not just a home, it's the best Miami has to offer. Great. See, I think you should be good to test out different tones, see what works best for your audience. Again, practice. Each time that ChatGPT gets an upgrade, it becomes even more of a powerful tool for content creation. And later on, I'm going to show you an example of how to create content using the Canvas feature that just launched from ChatGPT a couple weeks ago. So it's new, and I'll show you how to crank through a bunch of content in an organized fashion later. But next, we'll demonstrate a neighborhood listing prompt for a brochure. Let's get started on that. The beautiful thing about these prompts that I'm going to provide with the lesson is that they're completely adaptable. They just give you a framework to reference, and you can pick and choose which aspects that you want to change to reflect your current listing. This is just to give you ideas. This is to show you how to communicate and interact with ChatGPT to get the output that you're looking for. So we're just tying all this together. You always want to review the output before you use it. I want to know about the area's future growth potential. And I'd like to see, based on your experience, based on the data and information and statistics that you have about your own specific market, how would you tailor this content for an investor audience focusing on growth and investment potential of your specific area? This is key. I like that. Short stroll. Great phrase. Use a different word. Don't want to overuse the same words. I've noticed that as well. If you don't pay attention to these prompts from ChatGPT, sometimes it'll have repetitive words 3 or 4 or 5 times, and that's what you want to avoid. People are going to know that you're not really paying attention to the details. I can't stress that enough. Great. Right there. Cultural richness. Hmm. I like the idea of maybe adding in a recent deal. That's always a good thing. Infrastructure upgrades. Again, I'm sure your data, your research points to all of these details. Definitely good to have those conversations, whether in content or in person with your clients, agents, whatnot. Okay. That's good. Let's just say now, just for safety purposes, let's remove all repetitions and make this more concise. I want to incorporate new AI tools into the content creation process or content management process using InVideo AI as a new tool. But for now, I just want to experiment with this to show you another way you can use ChatGPT to incorporate tools into your content process. If you don't know what NVIDIA is, you can use ChatGPT to tell you all about it. What is NVIDIA AI? What are the features? What are the benefits? How can you incorporate it into your current content creation process for maximum benefit? That right there would be an ideal prompt to start a new chat with ChatGPT to learn quicker and maybe implement new tools faster that'll make you more efficient. We did use something similar to this before. So if you're creating new content, maybe you'd want to change that to not copy or be on the same thread as some previous content created, just to be aware of that. This is a great start. That sounds better. I like that. Can experiment with this. Now I want to move forward to the NVIDIA spellings here. That's okay. ChatGPT smart enough to figure it out. See, this is interesting. To streamline your content creation and maximize reach across multiple platforms using tools like here's how you can efficiently repurpose your walkthrough content. Exactly. You already have the script, plug in the footage, add text overlays, transitions that highlight the condo's key features. You can do all of that in InVideo as opposed to having separate processes. You just prepare all the content, and InVideo will categorize all of this for you to streamline the process. Makes it a lot easier. Perfect. I'm sure you guys are already doing that. Within video, you can quickly create multiple formats from one core video, record ones, then batch produce clips for different platforms using NVIDIA's easy export options. Love to see what you guys come up with. If you're using InVideo, what's your experience with it so far? If you're not using InVideo, what tools are you using? Do they offer the same features? And again, you can use ChatGPT to compare maybe the tools that you are using with NVIDIA to compare the features and benefits of each to really determine if NVIDIA would be a tool that makes sense for you to incorporate into your content creation process, or if the ones that you currently use can be used more efficiently to streamline your entire process, save you time. Generate a social media post caption that aligns. Luxury features of the property and engaging potential buyers. Again, with the emojis, sometimes you have to tell it more than once so it really gets what you want. I don't like that. Good. As you experiment with these tools, remember that integrating your content across platforms makes your workflow more efficient. With each iteration of ChatGPT, your content creation will become easier, more efficient, quicker, will save you time. It'll become more powerful and impactful if you take the time to really figure out what you're trying to say, how you want to say it, to recap of the process. We've created an agent bio, we've created an open house marketing content, neighborhood listing, and even incorporated some video scripts using InVideo. Each prompt gave us a solid foundation, but as you've seen, there's always room to refine and make it your own. Try out these prompts yourself, adapt them for your own use, and let me know how you're coming along.